Welcome back to the channel. This is Chris with Chris Flores Media. Today, I want to tell you about something that I did. Maybe you'll like it, maybe you'll understand, maybe you won't, but let's talk about it. Roll the intro. All right, so what am I talking about today? What did I do? I sold something. I sold my Sony Zv1. Yes, I did. I sold it. Let's talk about why I sold it, what I love about the camera, what I didn't love about the camera, and who I think this camera is for, right? So the whole reason why I sold it was because I am looking to upgrade to a new camera. I've been having really great results ever since I got my Sony a6400, and I was looking at upgrading to the a6600, but luck would so have it, I reached out to my local camera store. Shout out to Camera Graphics out in Auburn, Alabama. Not really that local to me, but it's one of the few actual stores you can still go to and buy a camera. I reached out to them asking about a used a6400 or a6600. They told me that they didn't have any, but that they had a used a7 III. I bought it, all right? I bought it. I got it with the 50mm 1.8. Not the best lens in the world, but it'll get me started until I could save up some money and get me that Sigma 24-70 2.8. I'm going to love that lens. I'm going to use it on my a7 III. I'm going to use it on this camera. I'm going to use it everywhere, right? But that is one of the reasons why I decided to sell my camera, because I wanted to upgrade, and God is good. I was able to get something even better than I thought I was going to be able to afford, right? So let me talk about what I do love about the ZV1. First off, I love that flip out screen. My a6400 has a flip up screen, which is just as cool. But I've noticed that when I'm taking pictures on the a6400, like there's certain angles, if I want to get down really low, it's really hard to do it with the screen because it doesn't flip out. It just tilts up and down kind of like that. So it's really hard to get down low. Those good shots, I actually have to get on the floor and get those shots, which is very doable, but it's a little bit easier when you got the flip out screen. The small form factor, obviously, I love the small form factor of the ZV1. It's small, compact. You can put it in your anywhere. I mean, when we would go out, I would just tell my wife, "Hey, can you drop the camera in your purse?" And that was it. I mean, it was awesome. Third thing I like about the ZV1 is the just the image quality. It's amazing. The 4K footage on that, it's down sampled from like 5 point something K down to 4K. So the footage is really, really nice. It's got picture profiles. Cine 2 looks awesome. HLG3 looks awesome on that camera. So I love the flexibility, and it was just so easy to match the ZV1 to my a6400. So I love the image quality that you get out of it. And lastly, I love that it has a microphone jack in, so you could set up that camera to be your all-in-one YouTube camera, your all-in-one vlogging camera, or even for actual film rigs. We've all seen Potter Made. Well, now he's Film Alliance. He's built out a crazy rig on the ZV1. It's awesome what you can do with that camera. But for me, I was just looking to upgrade, get a new camera. Like I said, I was looking to stick in the APC line, just because I've got those lenses. I got the Sigma 16, the 18-01-05, and I've got the Sony 35 1.8. So I was looking to stick with those lenses. That's why I was looking at the a6600. I did want IBIS, want to try it out, and I did want a longer battery life, because the battery life on the a6400 is The ZV1 battery sucks. We're going to talk about what I didn't like about the camera. That'd probably be the number one thing. The battery life on that camera sucks. You either have to walk around with a ton of batteries, or you have to walk around with a battery bank. So when I first got my a6400, that was one of the first things I noticed, that the 6400 has a way better battery life than the ZV1. Second thing I don't like about the ZV1 is I'm kind of reaching out here, being really picky, because there's not a lot of things I didn't like about the camera. More than anything, it was just the battery life. And I don't know if it was user error or if it's just because, it's a 1-inch sensor. I did notice that my pictures in RAW, they were a lot grainier. Granted, again, I probably could have had more lighting. I don't know, but even in good lighting, some of the pictures had a little bit of grain in there that I didn't want, versus when I took pictures on my 6400, like that same amount of noise, the grain is not there in RAW. So I think it's just because of the sensor, but we're comparing a 1-inch sensor to a crop sensor. So obviously there's going to be a difference there in the noise and the way it's sensitive to light. So that's probably the second thing what I didn't like about the ZV1. My pictures weren't as great as I was hoping them to be, but they were still really good. They were still really easy to edit. I loved the results I got on it. And third thing that I didn't love about the ZV1, we all know it is I got nothing. I'm just kidding. There's not a third thing I didn't like about it. I mean, people were complaining forever and a day about the 24mm focal length, but spend $50, get the Ulanzi wide angle lens, you're good to go. So those are the two things I didn't like about the ZV1. Now let me talk about who I think the ZV1 is best for. If you're a vlogger, save your arms, save your strength, get the ZV1. You're gonna get really, really good results. Get that Ulanzi wide angle lens. You're gonna have a great focal length. It turns out to something like 18mm. So, I mean, past that, I don't, just turn the camera around. If you really want to show the world where you're at, just turn the camera around and let everybody see where you're at. But if you're out here vlogging, I think that's more than enough. So if you're a vlogger, definitely love the ZV1. That flip out screen is awesome. If you're a hybrid shooter as well, it's really easy to customize the ZV1 because it has two separate function menus. The A6400 doesn't, the A7 III does not, so I definitely am gonna miss that. You could set up a whole function menu for pictures and a whole function menu for video. So really easy to customize the camera. So I know the camera doesn't have as many buttons as maybe some people might like, but you got two custom menus. Like if you can't get it all in the 1, 2, 3 custom buttons on the camera and then everything in the custom menu, function menu, like I don't know what else you need, right? And lastly, the person who I think the ZV1 is for is just, just maybe the traveler or the person that wants to take just a small camera on the go. Like if I could justify it, I would have kept it because it would definitely be easy to have a C camera, which the ZV1 would have become my C camera. And let me be the first to tell you, the ZV1, you could do so many things with that camera. It was my A camera from the beginning of this channel. When I got my A6400, it was my B camera. And if I was still going to keep it now that I'm getting the A7 III, it would be my C camera and I would still get really good results with it. So don't let no one tell you that it's a crappy camera because that's not true. It's a really great camera. Once you get past the battery life, once you get past the focal length, I mean, it's a fantastic little pocket camera that actually fits in your pocket, all right? So I sold it just because it was time for me to upgrade. But if you're a vlogger, if you're someone that wants a small camera, if you want something that's easy to get started on and enter that Sony ecosystem, I cannot recommend the ZV1 enough. It's a fantastic camera. The results are amazing. Now, if you're looking for something a little bit cheaper than the ZV1, obviously look for something used, ZV1 used, or you might have luck and get the RX100 Mark V. Basically the same camera. The only thing is that the RX100 Mark V does not have unlimited 4K recording. It only records in 5-minute bursts. So if you're okay in recording in HD, I guess that'll be the cheapest way into the Sony ecosystem. But if you are able to swing it with the ZV1, highly recommend it, right? ZV1, hasta la vista. I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up getting it again one day. And it'll be my fly cam or my overhead camera or something. I know I'm going to want to get it back one day, but for now, adios. All right, thank you for watching. If you're new around here, please subscribe. Tell me what you think about the ZV1. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you have it? Do you want it? Did you get rid of it too? Why did you get rid of it? Let's talk about it in the comment section, all right? If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and dislike it twice. Give it 2 thumbs down. And I'll see you in the next one, all right? Peace.